What's up, Ian here, and this is my full review of the Kinera Celest Gumiho Planar, well, semi-planar and BAIEM. Now this is my full review. If you guys are interested in watching the unboxing and first impression video of this one, do check out the link above. So this planar or semi-planar BAIEM is actually asking for $49 and let's find out if it's worth that $49. It's actually pretty good if you ask me in terms of the price to value type of presentation and the sound that it produces. The accessories that it provides is pretty good. This cable, right, is actually very nice. I like this cable. I like the transparency of this cable. It looks very nice. It's got good body to the cable. It doesn't tangle upon itself and it's pretty easy to use. Okay, so a very good cable. Now for this fit and comfort, right, I find that it gives me a little bit of pain on this side. Okay, it does press onto my ear lah. So that's just about it about here. I think the inner side of the core here, right, is a little bit too thick and it presses against my ear and it actually causes a little bit of pain. So in terms of fatigue, I can wear this for a while but not for too long. Okay, so I think that this is okay in terms of fit and comfort. The seal that it gives is okay as well, but maybe it's my ears lah. Okay, it's my ears. I can't wear this for a long time because this side will hurt. This side is okay, but it's only this side. Now, in terms of sound, I find that the sound of this is reasonable for that $49. It's a planar and also is a balanced armature. So I find that in terms of overall sound quality, the resolution, it's okay. It's not the best, right? I need to be honest here. It's not the best sounding and the most resolute IEM out there. In fact, of all the planars that I've tried, this one is not the most resolute. Okay, in terms of soundstage also, I think soundstage is quite a closed-in soundstage. It's not a open-up soundstage. The air is not. It's not a very airy type of soundstage also. So it's quite an intimate experience. At the same time, it's warm. So when I listen to my tracks, right, it's got a very colored feel to it. It's warm sounding. Well, I mean, it's easy to listen to and you can actually listen to a lot of genre with this IEM. But if you are listening to your music critically, you may find that this, in terms of the resolution, is a little bit lacking and the detail retrieval of this is a little bit lacking also. But that's comparing with other planars. I'm not comparing with dynamic drivers. Okay, in fact, for this one, right, it sounds pretty much like a dynamic driver, okay, if you ask me. It's got that tactile feel to it and it's that warmth to it lah. And I don't know, I mean, it's a planar, but the thing is, it doesn't really sound like a planar. Now, let's talk about the sound signature. So sound signature for this is a, well, V-shaped, right, and it's more of a fun sounding type of IEM. The sub bass, right, actually is very good, all right, it's got a good sub bass, present sub bass, and it's, well, the rumble is, I would say, present and a lot of texture to the rumble. In terms of the mid bass, it's also very punchy and impactful. So if you want to listen to a lot of trance and techno, this is actually quite suitable for it. But then again, that said, right, I would like to say that this is also actually quite a balanced tuning also. It's not overly done, right? So the sub bass is not overly done. It's also not a very shy type of sub bass. So yeah, it's okay. The punch is also not a very shy punch. It's quite a powerful punch, and the presence is there. It's got good note weight as well. So yeah, so bass department, no issues, but it's not the bass head type of level. Okay. For the mids is recessed. Okay, I find that the mids are recessed. It's not a forwards mids, and it's quite veiled by the mid bass to a certain extent lah. Okay, so pretty much it's well, clear. It's got good note weight. It's got a heavy note weight as well. But I wish that it could be a bit more forward and more present. Okay, instruments like the pianos and the violins, they do sound quite warm. All right, it's got a warm tone to it and very easy to listen to type, very smooth type of tone to it. Vocals, male vocals, they sound authoritative. It's got good presence in the mix, good warmth as well, good tone and the timbre for the male vocals. No issues with that lah. I find that male vocals, they sound pretty good on this. Female vocals as well, though they lack a bit of that sparkle. In fact, in terms of the bite, right, they've got the bite there, but it's just that the sparkle is a little bit lacking. The brightness is there. In fact, a little bit too bright and a bit harsh at times, depending on what track I listen to. But for the female vocals, I find it a little bit too harsh, a little bit too forward lah. But the energy is there, okay? No doubt about that. Energy is there. The type of presentation for the female vocals, I would say, is spicy, right? A bit spicy for the female vocals. Now for the treble, treble is hot, okay? And I would say it's got some hot spots in terms of the treble peaks. There's some peaks, and sometimes even after I burn in, right, I still hear some peaks on certain songs. The gain is pretty good, right? The bite of the treble is pretty good, so I find that it's quite bitey in terms of cymbal strikes and hi-hats. It's got good clarity to that treble. Sometimes it's a little bit harsh lah, okay? But other than that, I think treble-wise, it's bright, okay? And it's got that energy there, and it brings that energy to the mix itself. So treble-wise, no issues, right? So overall, right, I find that this is actually a pretty okay sounding IEM for a $49 price tag. It's not overly done. It's not a very well performing IEM in my books, and it's also not a very low performing IEM. It's somewhere in between, all right, somewhere in the middle there, closer to the top lah, right? But I think for $49 and with the accessories that they provide, it's got good tips as well. I've been using the stock tips, and I find that the stock tips are pretty good. And yeah, and the pouch that they provide is actually, it keeps the IEM safe lah from all my keys and all that. So yeah, it's a pretty good package for $49 lah. Now, who do I recommend this for? I recommend this for those who listen to more of casual type of music, and you want to actually enjoy your music while you're out and about and not really in a focus zone type of listening experience lah. And those are the genres. I think is more of a pop songs, R&B, easy to listen to type of songs, general songs lah, okay? And this is a very, very good set actually for those type of genre of music. But if you want to listen to your classical, your orchestras, then maybe this will be a bit lacking lah in terms of the detail retrieval and the resolution. So yeah, so I recommend this for those who listen to mostly of the pop and general type of genre of music, okay? Yeah, so do I recommend this? Well, for price to performance ratio, yeah, I do recommend this. But of course, there are better options out there, if you ask me lah. All right, but not at this price point lah. At this price point, $49, nothing can beat this lah. Okay. Alright, so that concludes my overall impression and full review of this Kinera Celest Gumiho. I hope you guys learned something from this video or even enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, do consider to give this video a thumbs up. Right, so that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.